láyé alábòsí ni má yìí alábòsí gidi alábòsí èèyàn lè wá sí wá fẹ́ rìkọ́ọ̀dù mi kí ló ń pè mí fún ó fẹ́ rìkọ́ọ̀dù mi àbí ókè kán tètè yá lọ sọ fún gbogbo àwọn followers ẹ̀ tó ń gbọ́ mi ṣe lọ sọ fún kó má pè mí mọ́ máa ṣàtẹ̀dákẹ́ sí bẹ̀bẹ̀ ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ní ẹ má dùn. Sísá tó yẹmi àti ìlà fẹ́ jà báyìí. Sísá tó yẹn jẹ́ ká jà ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe violence lórí general mẹ́jà ẹ má bínú general mi ẹ má bínú ẹ jẹ́ kí n má sísá tó yìí fa violence dé lórí platform yìí ẹ jẹ́ bá wọn fa violence dé lórí platform yìí Tógìjà àwọn ọmọ lọ́gbìn. Àgbọ̀ yìí o sísá tó yìí aláìkọsẹ́ tó ń gbọ́ yìí ẹ má.
Ẹ bá ti rí ẹni tó ń sọpọ́tù àwọn tí ò mọ the meaning of forensic, àwọn tí ò mọ nǹkan tó ń pè ní homicide, these people are just shallow people. So ẹni tó ń sọpọ́tù irú àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, they don't worth giving attention because ó kàn fẹ́ fi àwọn èèyàn ṣe àtẹ̀gùn ni. He's just looking for relevance and want to come to limelight. Ẹkùn àgbò àbí whatever they call him. He belongs to the Talakawas platform. He does not belong to the platform of truth. Though there comes a time when we must speak plainly about behavior. And this behavior damages dialogue. Àwọn tí wọ́n lè uphold a simple conversation.
Gladiator District, please, what name did you call him again? Don't say it again, please.
So whatever they are called, whatever, belongs to the Talakawas platform and not this distinguished platform, the platform of truth. Because these people cannot hold meaningful conversations. Because example is, but I was on the live, I was talking about Mommy Amori. He was practically saying, "Jaba mistake, and about your mistake, Charlie Bawini. So about Shomu Bawi. And you cannot point out the mistake. They were asking him, do you have templates how to go about it? He was practically blabbing. So these people does not have the brain cell that can process simple information. So it's very difficult to begin to dialogue with such caliber of people. I am referring to someone whose conduct has become impossible to ignore, so to speak, unfortunately so. These people, quite frankly, I would say they are very, very shallow. They really show depth in thoughts. They don't have empathy. They cannot reflect even on their own words or their own actions. They are very, very shallow to that extent. Their opinion skim the surface. They cannot think critically. They only say things based on surface values of things. That's why they talk about money, they talk about coins, they talk about things, because their cerebral functions is, I don't know, maybe it's still developing, I would say, at that age. So they really show depth of thought. They form insight without really, really thinking. Their speech is often very crude. They speak anyhow. If you are looking for anyhowness, in such platform you will see those kind of people. They speak anyhow, very crude. They are not just their unrefined set of people, but very vulgar, and they speak so offensively. They completely lack what we call dignity. People that doesn't have dignity, they cannot hold civil conversation without bringing insults, abuses, additional subtle threats, they do not understand what it means They do not understand the rights and privileges. They just trample on people and things. They jump into conclusions. So such kind of people are very difficult to deal with. They seem to take pride in being brash, unnecessarily brash, pushing themselves forward with certain level of arrogance. That kind of arrogance that repels more than it impresses. You will be like, and they will pretend as such even when you try to explain everything like that. The Isha did yesterday with this Ekwango of a thing. He still went ahead to other platforms and still spoke ill of people and still spoke ill of the struggle. So it shows the kind of caliber of that this. I don't know what to say. Once yet they are very, very impulsive. They are rash, reacting without pausing, without thoughts, and without facts anyways. That is very certain. They don't have facts. They don't have anything. They leap into conflict, into struggle, into like they are doing now. They want to cause peace or they want to promote peace or whatever. They just leap into issues, into conflict, into existing issues without having firm knowledge of the occurrence or the happenings around those things. Such kind of people does not have enough brain cell that can process simple information. So it's very difficult to deal with this kind of people. They jump into things without understanding and without restraint. They are very, very unconscious set of people. It is not just poor judgment they have. It is a pattern among all of them, the Talakawas, the Ekwangos of this world. They have poor judgment, and it is a pattern among all of them. So we should not give too much relevance to this kind of people. These people are consistently tactless. They don't have any form of tactics. Though they think they are wise, but they are tactless. They blunt over things, and they issue out their comments with bad tone, the bad timing, and they mimic as though they are saying the truth, but instead they hide under the umbrella of they camouflage things and pretend as if they don't know what is going on, but they do. It's just that their brain cannot isolate between the devil and the God kind of people. The brain cannot isolate between white and black. So they mix things up. They are reactionary people, driven not by reason, but by raw emotion. And perhaps they gather themselves to come and do a kind of gang fighting like they do in the fracas of wherever they belong to. This justice struggle is not fracas of a thing. It's not something you want to fracanize. So if we are allowing them to grace our platforms, we are enabling them to be able to use this justice and fracanize with it. So I will just implore us, such kind of people should be looked from afar and not be welcome into the fold where they grace a platform and that you think you are engaging them, you think you want to speak sense into them, but the real sense is that they are only coming there to cause a kind of commotion and become relevant with it, whereas their own tactical wise brothers and sisters will be falling them behind, and they will go back behind and deliberate on whatever thing they have done on your own platform. Change a pig will still go back to the gods. So there's no point trying to bring them to grace a platform and trying to convince them. In fact, this justice fight is not a fight where we are saying, come and give your life to Christ, where you are preaching to people, or where you are trying to make somebody to believe in you. Why are we convincing or trying to convince someone or trying to canvas people into the struggle? Justice fight is not like that. Leave people, let them go wherever they want to go, and they should know the truth. When they see the truth, they will follow. Those that will not follow the truth are those that are destined for destruction, like the Ekwangbos of this world and the Talakawas. They are destined to have their name written in the black book of this justice struggle. These people are very tactless, like I said, but most of them are very troubling. They remain ignorant, and they chose to remain so or perhaps their brain does not have that capacity to think and to know the truth. So they will just be there no matter how you try. It's just like somebody that have delayed developmental milestone. These people, many of them have their milestones are still, they may be 50, 40, 50, their milestone is still like say 7-year-old boy. They cannot think, they cannot rationalize things. So we should not stress ourselves about all these things. So they are ignorant in everything, not because they lack, and this ignorance they display, it's not because they lack sense. It's not because they lack access to information. It is not because they lack access to knowledge, but because they are, let me say, uninquisitive to ideals and truth. They simply don't ask questions. That is why in platforms like the Talikawas and the Latis of this world, they will never ask questions because their brain cells cannot process and think to ask questions. They lack inquisitiveness. They cannot ask questions. They will never see clarity. They will never see clarity. That is why they begin to think about forensic whatever. They don't know what it is. They don't know the integrity. They don't know what it means they don't understand the difference between the judiciary process and they don't understand the difference between DPP. They don't understand the difference between inquest and the high court. They don't understand those things. They cannot distinguish these things. So it is difficult to continue to engage this kind of people. It's better to look at them from afar. Never should any of them grace your platforms and then you begin to engage and try to convince them on what their brain does not have the capacity to hold. It is unnecessarily, it drains energy unnecessarily. So we don't care about this kind of people. This kind of behavior is not just destructive. It is not just disruptive because it takes our attention away from the core. And the core of this struggle remains the issue of the DNA, remains the calling for phone forensic, it remains the calling for all the people in the house to come and give proper accounts of what happened that very day. This is advocacy. Whatever you and I are doing on TikTok does not directly affect the justice itself. Because everything we are doing here will not affect what will happen in the court of law. But we are speaking and saying our voices, raising it up because we are giving this justice tractions, giving this justice awareness, giving this justice a push that will touch those that matters in the society such that they will be able to help and ensure that the right things are done. It's not because whatever we say will affect the course of judgment. No, but we are standing in this gap to push this narrative and ensure those that matters continue to see, hear, and know that the people are not giving up, so they must do the right thing. So this kind of behavior showed by these embargoes of this world, shown by the Talikawas, is just disheartening. It takes us away from the focus. The behavior is very, very corrosive. It's like a rotten metal. The behavior is like a rotten metal. It does not make sense. It does not add to the justice struggle. It is meaningless in all forms and shapes. So, and if we value thoughtful dialogue, if we value respect, if we value growth, we must stop rewarding shallowness. We must not stop rewarding these shallow people. We must stop giving attention to foolishness. We must stop giving attention to those that have no manners and start expecting more from these people. We must begin to forge ahead. And that is the reason I say, focus is the key. So we must not give attention to those who are trying to climb the ladder of justice struggle through the backyard. They want to climb this justice fight through your various platforms. By coming to say one or two things, before you know it, they are gaining recognition, and before you know it, they go and set up their own Before you know it, they start antagonizing you because that is the main agenda. The agenda is to disrupt, not to do anything. So I would say this fight began on that very day where Mohbad was called to be with his maker. His life was deemed to have been cut short as allegedly we believe that the wife is highly instrumental to the demise of this young man. They painted a narrative that very time that Mohbad died of ear infection, and that narrative swept the whole social media. Instagram blog posted it. After a while, another narrative came forth. Mohbad died of Obema Kenje. And after a while, another narrative came forth. Baba Mohbad already buried Mohbad. In fact, Wumi's sisters, as they said, she spoke with Baba Mohbad for a good 8 hours and trying to persuade him not to bury Mohbad. They tried to paint an image as though Mohbad was still breathing, but his father forcefully buried him. So they tried and they painted it as though the father was instrumental to his demise. And what happened those periods? I want you to have a mental picture of what happened that day. What happened that day was that the whole city, the whole community was avowed. They were arose and they was angry with Baba Mohbad. If Baba Mohbad, if not for God, he would have been stoned to death those periods. And that was what happened. So picture it as though your child, you lost a child, and they painted an image as though you were highly instrumental to the death of your own child. And what's happened? The neighbors, people on the street, begin to look you as though you killed your own child. And what then happened? They were looking at you. Everybody's monitoring you. People were snapping him in the buses. People were looking forward for him. People threatening to stone him to death. People say a lot of things. This man could no longer return to his home. He could no longer sleep. He could no longer do anything. What happens? He was hiding somewhere. He was staying maybe with relatives until when the tone of narrative changed and people began to see the truth that, they said, when the wife put another thing and said, they've killed the nigger, take your trophy. Then the issue of petition came in and they said Mohbad was bullied. And he was bullied and they said, they mentioned Naira Marley, Sam Larry and the rest. So these people, and after a while, when Baba Mohbad granted an interview, that interview was a God-sent interview into that man's life. If not for that very interview, that man probably must have been dead by now because people would have released him. Because people, after him, people believe that he killed his own son. Some said he sacrificed him. Some said, why we leave God looking to bury him?
Some said he buried him alive.
Some
people said he buried him alive.
Yeah, they said he buried him alive. They said he broke his leg. He wants to use him to do aworo because he wants to start a church. They all sort of narratives. And God, in his infinite mercy, look at that man and say, no, my dear son, it is not over. I'm going to help you. The God who is a great comforter began to comfort him and began to help him. Then he came up with the interview, and the interview changed the tone of things. And people began to see the light, and people began to advocate for him and begin to say, no, enough is enough. This man, this boy needs justice. Baba Mohbad wasn't just mourning. And it's not just mourning. He is dragging truth through the mud. Baba Mohbad presently is disgracing the entire state. Baba Mohbad is dragging the most important legal institution in Nigeria. Baba Mohbad is presently pouring salt into their wounds. And that is why you see them coming out of their eating, out of their comfort zone. Baba Mohbad, ordinarily a mere carpenter, is not holding them by their weapons. That is why I see no reason why. Maybe that is the reason why they sent out the weapons of this world. Because Baba Mohbad is holding them by their blockers. Now, he's out there saying he wants justice. is out there saying he wants justice. He is dragging the truth in the mud. He's wrestling with shadows. Baba Mohbad is in the mud, wrestling with the high and mighty in Lagos State, ordinary carpenter. He is not dancing. He is fighting every day for this justice. And somebody will sit down somewhere and say, that man doesn't want justice. That man, he made a mistake. That man does not do the right thing. That man is this, that. That man sold 60 million. That man sold 70 million. That man, they even call money that their generation has never seen. As though this man has spent that money. The entire money contributed for this man in the GoFundMe, which they can still see if they want to, is just merely $26,000. And these people are claiming that this man embezzled their fund. These same people are those that planted the now outgone, the ex-lawyer into the life of this man. And the bulk of this money went into the purse of the ex-lawyer. This man is not holding back. He's pushing against a wall of corruption in Lagos State and Nigeria as a whole. This man is holding nothing but he's speaking, echoing his voice that is one justice for his dear son. If you listen carefully within your inner spirit, take a time and pause. Hear his voice. Can you hear Baba Mohbad? Can you hear him? Can you hear the trembling in his voice? Can you hear him crying silently? Can you hear the weight? Can you see the weight of grief in his silence, even when he's not speaking? The exhaustion in his eyes. Every time someone mocked him, every time someone spoke ill of him, every time people lie about things around him, every time they come up with fake and untrue stories about him, can you hear the grief, the heaviness in his heart? Can you see it? Can you perceive it? Are you human being enough to discern and see that? What's happened to his son? What's happened to my son? That is a simple question he asks. If we cannot stand with this man, if we cannot stand with this man unjustly, if we cannot stand with this man without judging him, if we cannot stand with this man without thinking he should have done this, he should have done that, he should have done that, as if there's a template for such kind of person to run with. If we cannot stand with him without questioning him, then we have failed not just maybe Mohbad. We have failed every parent. We have failed every child. We have failed every dreamer in that country called Nigeria. They said Mohbad autopsy came inconclusive. Baba Mohbad said, oh no, I want justice. I need to know who was by my own son. The man wrote for a second autopsy. It took them several months, more than 9 months, before that was granted. You and I can know those that has knowledge of body anatomy will tell you that a lot of things would have even gone wrong with the body, even before they finally granted him to do his own autopsy. So the Bible is playing with the high and mighty, is playing with the institutions, is fighting with the government. And you think such kind of person it doesn't want justice, and you think such kind of person is playing chess? The government are the ones fighting back, trying to ensure that the justice will not come. But Baba Mohbad is saying no. That's why I remember his word. He said, Alagidi ati alagbara lo pade. This man is wet. It's heavy. And it showed that he really wants this justice and is in need for good. They say cause of death uncertain. But you and I know that The cause of death is something that is very, very certain. The same Mohbad autopsy is inconclusive. But you and I know that even if everything was inconclusive, there is nothing, I said nothing, inconclusive about a young man crying for help while he was alive. Mohbad was crying for help. He wrote petition. He said, Legushi, Sam Larry, this one, these people, they bully him, they beat him up, they spoiled his equipment, over 50 million, petition written. In that petition that Mohbad wrote.
And they also said they were going to kill him if they see him again.
Yes, exactly. They said they should blast him, kill him on sight.
Capital letters.
Kill him on sight.
Kill him if they see him again.
So imagine what is inconclusive about that. Even if the cause of death by their own autopsy said inconclusive. So what is inconclusive about that one? And interestingly, do you know that in that Mohbad's petition, what's it called? This what's the name of this guy now? This artist that Sam Larry mentioned. Zlatan was expressly written as witness for Mohbad. Interestingly, this useless Sam Larry also claimed yesterday that Zlatan is his own witness. Now, what does that imply? Now, that implies that they intentionally use Zlatan as a scapegoat. They actually use Zlatan as a form of pawn. They use Zlatan as a form of message. And the message is not just to Mohbad, but also to Zlatan. Tọ́ba bí ẹ̀dá wọ́n ní witness mi now. That is what they said to him. They practically made Zlatan their own witness so that Zlatan would have no guts to say anything otherwise. And that is evidence in Sam Larry saying Zlatan mentioned to him that he's going to vomit blood if he said anything out. That yesterday was a subtle reminder to Zlatan. Probably just because the issue of DPP has not smoked Sam Larry out. So Sam Larry is being proactive with the interview because he knew that if at all the DPP eventually called them back, they might need to revisit the Mohbad's petition. And the witness in Mohbad's petition is Zlatan. So he was using that interview to pass a message to Zlatan that you are my witness. So if you like, go talk rubbish. That is highly, that was an idiomatic expression. That was highly figurative what he did there. He was passing a message. Because these guys are occultic, some of them are some of them are black, they understood that message. That message, that is black spot. They are telling him that he's probably going to go for it if he messed up. It was a stern warning to him. And a big reminder that don't fuck up. Ejema Bolare. That was what he was trying to pass across. Cause of death, inconclusive. What is inconclusive about a system that ignores Mohbad when he wrote the petition? Instead, they said they counter-petition him. They threatened him. The Elegushi of a team went to police station and they summoned for Mohbad to come and meet the mighty police station. They want to beat him there. And the boy, with his wisdom, he refused to show up because he knew what would happen there.
They wanted to oppress him further.
Yes.
They wanted to detain him.
If he had gone that very day, they would have they would have beaten hell out of him. Òun bá ti pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu kó tó wá detain ẹ̀. Bá kọ́kọ́ pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu bẹ́ẹ̀ kó wá detain ẹ̀. What is inconclusive about a partner who fought him before his final breath? What is inconclusive about that? Even if the autopsy say it's inconclusive, if his partner fought him before his final breath. So what is inconclusive about that? What is inconclusive about the old people in the house that Mohbad was even feeding? What is inconclusive about their silence? What is inconclusive about them not speaking up the truth? Is that not also inconclusive? What is inconclusive about a country where justice is delayed until it becomes denial? If not for these great mothers on this platform, if not for people, this justice would have been classed as it would have been ended before now. But people mount and people are pushing the wall. So the idea of autopsy inconclusive was just rubbish. It is certain that something went wrong. It is certain that silence is defaming. Silence is deafening. It is certain that someone must be held responsible. I repeat, this is a battle against a rotten system. It's a battle against a rotten system. They are trying to bring in confusion, and they are thought confusion will make us get tired. They are bringing different people up and there to cause confusion among the justice fighters. They are counting on division, distraction, and even disappointment to end this movement. That is why they are going about recording Baba Mohbad. That is why they are going about recording the justice fighters. That is why they are planting people in the midst of the true justice fighters. They just want to cause a disarray, confusion, quarrel, and fight. That is why it is good to always stand firm. Once you are gone out of the folds of the truth sayers, you are gone forever. You should never be welcome back. And anyone, and this justice is not an avenue to look for people. Justice is the truth, and the truth is just. So we are not looking for people to join. Automatically, the truth should attract truthful people. So there's no need trying to convince or canvas anyone to be part of these folds. It's just like looking at trying to canvas people to come and join your family. Does that make sense? This is a battle against rotten system. Let us stand with Baba Mohbad. Come one way. Let's begin to stand with him. Let's speak louder, continuously, and ensure that our voice continue to count. We should remember all the witnesses that have taken oath in the inquest. We should remember that we ourselves sworn a deposition in the inquest. We should remember that the autopsy and toxicology were done. We should remember that Baba Mohbad has been calling for phone forensic for years now, and that is yet to be granted. And that is yet to materialize. We should remember that Baba Mohbad is currently suing the DPP. And we should also remember that the second hearing that took place just last week, or is it this week? We should remember that the lawyer to the DPP came and said he doesn't know anything about the case. Yet he came to the courts to show in face. We should remember that the case is now adjourned to 2nd of July. And that we await earnestly. We should remember that the driver that drove Mohbad to the show showed up in the inquest and he gave his own testimony. We should remember that the doctor at Perez Medical Center showed up in the inquest and he gave his own testimony. We should remember that the pathology, both the first and second pathology, shows that rigor mortis had set in even before Mohbad was presented to the hospital. And the doctor said at least 3 hours and it could be more, maybe 24 hours. We should remember all surrounding facts. The doctor from Perez, maybe I should just go detail into those things. The doctor at Perez Medical Hospital explicitly stated that Mohbad was brought in dead, BID. And he put a time to it. He said around 12 noon. And rigor mortis had already set in, establishing that he had died at least 3 to 4 hours prior to his admission into the hospital. And potentially even longer, the doctors added. Now, this directly contradicts the narrative of Wunmi herself. Wunmi, who claimed that Mohbad died around 3:45 to 4 p.m. This means that this contradiction is very, very material. It is conscious and it suggests an attempt to mislead timeline and possibly to cover the actual cause and moment of death of Mohbad. Now, we should also remember that there was an assault and emotional agitation prior to Mohbad's death. The driver accounts and stated unequivocally that violent verbal altercations happened between Mohbad and Wunmi in that car. The driver went ahead to say that there was physical interference from Wunmi to Mohbad. She allegedly grabbed Mohbad in the neck, breaking his chain even. Mohbad sustained a bleeding hand injury from punching the Prado window doing those confrontation with Prime Boy. The driver also stated. Because Prime Boy was trying to prevent Mohbad from doing certain things. And the driver stated that there was no fight between Mohbad and Prime Boy. Whereas Wunmi initially swayed the public to believe that Prime Boy fought Mohbad and it was probably use of a Makenje to injure Mohbad, and that's also resulted to the Mohbad's death. So to Wunmi, Mohbad has several causes of death. We should also remember that multiple people in the house had knowledge of all these that had happened, that the driver stated. But none of them have the guts to come out and say the truth. Yet, none of these people in the house, the night before or the morning of the death, gave consistent, truthful, or conclusive accounts of the events. There was active concealment of the facts, particularly relating to the events between Mohbad's return home and the time of his death. This amounts to collective misrepresentation and possible conspiracy to cover up. These individuals are materials. At best, they are accessories. They are co-conspirators at worst to Mohbad's demise. We should not forget the conduct of Wunmi. Across all testimonies, the conduct of Wunmi raises significant red flags. One of it is that Wunmi engaged in a verbal physical confrontation with Mohbad during highly volatile situation. Let's agree that Mohbad was bleeding then. Let's agree that Mohbad had punched the window of the gas and had a bleeding. Was that the right time for a wife or a partner to begin to fight the husband? They got to the house also. Wunmi locked up Mohbad. He locked him up. That was cruel, hostile. in the wake of something that require urgent attention. A man who is supposedly bleeding. Wunmi has inconsistently reported the time of death, and in her account left out material information that was later disclosed by others, including the drivers. The driver, the doctor, everything they said has been aligned with whatever Wunmi has said. Wunmi had access to Mohbad's properties, Mohbad's house, Mohbad's space in the early hours and was last seen by the driver. Because the buyer said Wunmi came out at the early hour around 11 a.m. He saw Wunmi. And this further contradicts the Wunmi's timeline. These inconsistencies, physical confrontation, and subsequent conduct place Wunmi under strong suspicion. She must not be spared from prosecution. You know why? Why she must not even be spared? Especially that autopsy that they are celebrating. Especially as the autopsy has shown, has ruled out non-physical cause of death. But we forget that stress can kill a man. Stress can kill a man. So stress induced, maybe she must strangulated Mohbad. Mohbad could have collapsed. Mohbad could have been suffocated. Mohbad could have been poisoned. And it could have trauma. These are things that have accumulated into the demise of Mohbad. Let's not forget Adura, the only brother of Mohbad, that was also in the same house. He kept silent. He kept quiet. These individuals should be held for obstruction of justice. Adura and others should be charged with holding material information. They refuse to say the truth. And this is an homicide investigation. Adura, along with all the 15 people, should never be forgotten. They must pay for their silence. And that is to say that justice for Mohbad is very, very sacrosanct and germane. Like the Rabu Hausa will say, the charlatan of justice for Mohbad, the ex-white charlatan anyway, is no more. Yomi Fabi. Justice for Mohbad is very, very germane, very, very important. So I would just say, mothers have been there. They are standing and they are still standing. I employ the mothers to continue to use their rappers to cover this man. This man, because he is a pivoter, the most essential ingredient in just for Mohbad. You must continue to cover him up, cover his shape, cover him financially, physically if possible, spiritually. You must continue to give him support on the later end until justice is spoken. No matter what issue or what discussion or what story they bring forth our ways, we should remember that this man needs coverage until justice is served. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Sorry for jumping in. It's not in my manners. I didn't greet the mommies in the house. Mommy 8070, Mommy Rianu, God of Jesus, Sister NGO, Toyin Pepe, Mommy Amari. I really celebrate you all. Thank you very much for using this platform. It's an honor to be on this platform with you all. Thank you, ma'am. God bless you. Rangers.
Gladiator the Swift, God will continue to bless you. And God will enrich your seat of wisdom, not sheets of wisdom. You will never lack in Jesus' name. God that has brought you this far will give you more fortitude to go further in the mighty name of Jesus. We really appreciate the summary you have given to us, taking us down the memory lane. We appreciate it. There's one thing you said that actually pleased me. You said this prosecution will not be complete until Wunmi Cynthia Adebanjo is included. And that is it. That is the bottom line. And that is what they don't want to happen. This prosecution, the case will not come to an end until Wunmi goes to high court. There are so many things we are sure she loved to say, or she would have wanted the world to hear. Not only do we want to hear those things, we want it to be said under an oath in a high court. We want her to speak with confidence, to tell the whole world how Mohbad exactly died. So many narrations, so many varied explanations, so many unlogistical explanations that are not logical at all, that Wunmi has put out there. Those things don't make sense. We want to know how Mohbad really died. We are tired of picking up the pieces and joining them together. Wunmi should come and tell the world in a court of law how Mohbad died, starting from on Sunday when they went to Korodu show. Wunmi should not omit any hour or omit any day. What happened on Sunday must be told. What happened on Monday when they got home? Wunmi must tell the whole world. What happened on Tuesday? Wunmi must tell the whole world. What happened on Wednesday? Wunmi must tell the whole world. He was there. Wunmi did not travel. If there was anyone that could tell the story better, it would be Wunmi. I'm telling you the truth. And that is why this story will not be complete without having Wunmi Cynthia Adebanjo coming to tell us what we don't know. She knows too much. She has said, they want to silence me. They don't want me to speak. Oh, who are they? The Lord of the music industry. Who are they? So. We are interested to know who are those people. Wunmi must talk now. She knows how to speak now. She has granted me an interview now. Wunmi must gather all those things she has shared at the interview and come to the court of law with them and bring more evidences with her to help her and sister in telling us facts. We are really pleasing, we are begging to hear the story from Wunmi Cynthia Adebanjo. Nobody can say it better. She's very oratory, she's intelligent, she can speak. We want to see her speak. Wunmi must make it make sense. Wunmi should not run away where it matters. It is important that she speak to the world, the fans of Mohbad, the gladiators and generals. We are waiting to see Wunmi in action. She's confident. Our group of useless idiots, they have said she's not afraid. She can speak. She can kirika. Not Silogumpa. We want Wunmi to come to the high court and come and affirm to the fact that Nurse Logumobadipa, who must come around to tell us now. Nurse Logumpa, let Wunmi come and tell us again in court of law, in high court. Nurse lóòótọ́ Ológúnmọ̀bádìpá lóòótọ́ abẹ́rẹ́ paracetamol àti títánọ́ọ̀sì olópa Mohbad. We want her to come and say it again. She should come and say it again where she can be scrutinized, where she can be interrogated, where she can be argued with. Not where you go there, speak, and nobody will tell you are lying. That's what happened in Corona. She has gone there to speak, and nobody confronted her that you lied. Nobody showed her a contradicting evidences to say, Wunmi, you have lied. We want her to come into a place where she can be scrutinized, where she can be debated, where she can be argued, where she can be called a liar. That is what we know, that truly she's speaking the truth. So whatever she has done at the Corona was done under oath, but second opinion was not given any chance. It was all about her opinion. They just asked her a question, she answered, and they didn't say you lie. They did not prove her wrong. They just asked her simple questions and she answered. Even when they asked her, have you fucked Naira Marley before? She didn't say anything and they didn't go further. When they asked her, did you sleep with any other guy apart from Mohbad? She could not answer and they didn't go further. You understand? That was the coroner inquest. But in the High Court, she was going to answer that question. If she did not answer it, they will go further to ask her further questions that will put chains and shackles in her hands. And that is what we are interested in. She's innocent. She's innocent. She did not kill her husband. She's a widow. She's a mother. Yes, so at go, we want her to go and say the same thing in High Court. Emma Binu, we are not arguing. We just want her to go to the High Court and make the same statement. Kopoju now, we are not asking for too much. She's the second in command. The first in command died mysteriously. We want her to go and shed more light. Do you understand? We want to explain, to expatiate, and tell us how it happened. She's not a doctor. She couldn't have saved her husband. We know. But we want her to go and tell it to the court, not to the coroner inquest alone. She go and tell it to the court and let everybody now see her as a widow. And let them say, it's true. She does not have any case to answer. We are not asking for too much. And if you think that will not happen, and the case of Mohbad will be swept under the carpet, you guys are seriously joking. You are seriously joking. You are seriously joking. Because it will never go under the carpet. If this case would have gone under the carpet, it would have done so long time ago. It has been almost 20 months, and it is like it happened yesterday. So you guys should know that you have stepped on the tail of a tiger. You should know that you have dipped your hands into the holes of the scorpions. You guys should know that you have dipped your hands into the mouth of the lions, not a pup, a lion itself, the king of the jungle, not his offspring. You should know you should expect trouble now. You should expect trouble. And the trouble that Mohbad warned you about is what is happening now. He has prophesied. He has foreseen it. He warned you, he warned you, he warned you, and yet you thought the guy was joking. You thought he was joking. When are we funi koto dani agba ìjàkadì? Are we funi koto dani agba ìjàkadì? Àìmọ̀ ká má ṣe àṣetán ó dápọn. Òun ló dápọn báyìí o. Wọ́n ti dápọn lé gbogbo yín lọ́wọ́ báyìí o. Rí ibi dá sí o. Ìdúró ò sí fún yín, ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ò sí fún yín, bẹ́ẹ̀ni tó gbódó mi. Àtẹ̀lé tó wà láàfin, àtẹ̀lé tó sì láàfin, gbogbo ilẹ̀ ń sá kíjokíjo. Owó ti fẹ́ tán níbi tẹ́ tí ń ná o. Not be so. Owó ó ti fẹ́ tán níbi tẹ́ tí ń náwó. Not be so. And yet, ẹjọ́ ò tán lẹ̀. Kí la fẹ́ ṣe sí báyìí? Wetin you wan do? Wetin una wan do? Me I just tell you. Wetin you wan do again now? The thing don finish now. Thank you guys above the law. It don't finish now. Una don spend money, spend money, spend money, spend money. Your money no yield any positive result. The case, the case no go. The people tackle. Say we no dey go anywhere. Wetin you now wan do? You bully, we know they go. You intimidate, you know they go. You lie, you know they go. You manipulate, we know they go. You sponsor, we know they go. Wait till now don't do that to give the boy justice. See, the truth is out there. The world is watching. Sashitu said, the whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. The whole world is curious. The whole world is concerned. The whole world wants to know what will be the end of justice for Mohbad. So it is not about Nigerians. The whole world, the international community, people that have gone beyond the shore of Africa, they want to know how a 26-year-old man died mysteriously in his own house, walking, as healthy as you can call it, and never came out the second day. His dead body was brought out. His dead body was brought out. And he thought we would keep quiet. Okay, now, you will receive sense. General Mati Push, General 870, General Toyi Peperimpe. Do you want to say something, Generals? Please, you can speak.
Good day, General Vengeance. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for the courage. Thank you for being outspoken. Thank you. We appreciate you. Mommy Yeti, Mommy Urianu, Lord of Jesus, Amorilayo, NGO Toyin Pemperempe, everyone on the comment section, I greet you. You're welcome. Mr. Swift, thank you so much. Thank you for your words of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, for putting us through again. You said so much that only the ones that have brains would know exactly what you're talking about. I appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you for taking us back again to those days, to those happenings that some forgot or they chose to forget and neglect. And because they are so carried away with whatever it is that has taken up their attention for the money or for the whatever, you took us back there again. In a way, I love going back there in another way. And by the grace of God, through justice, I want to be able to go back there and smile. They forgot what Baba Mohbad went through those periods. It resonates so fresh in my brain, how he was accused. Those accusations are horrible. Nobody wants to go through that. And losing your son and knowing that you're not going to see that son again. And in the middle of it, while you are the one that always wants to be there for your child, and now you can't be there for him. At the end of the day, nobody sees everything that you've ever done. They want to accuse you. Why he didn't take him to burial ground? He didn't buy the casket. I remember one of Wumi's interviews. She said, yes, he chose to buy a small casket and press him. That is wickedness. Wickedness from the highest order. You know, everybody has said so much about this case, but me coming up was just to highlight a bit on how emotionless people are. People choose to do things and not talk reality and not speak from things that go on around us. You know, I see some people just act like a robot or something scripted. Just read it out and it's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine at all. It's not fine. We have to learn to know what is right and stick by it. And to everyone that is standing today for Baba, I say thank you and God bless you. And to everyone that has chosen to fall out, I say stay back, stay where you are. You're not needed. We are standing and solidly standing. You know why we are not afraid, why we repeat these things again? Because yes, we are holding on the truth. These are the facts of everything. Why are you not using your brains? You see things happen, you can't just see beyond that. And that is weird for me. For this reason, anybody involved directly or indirectly to the demise of Mohbad must go down. I don't care who you are. Isam Larry, it's Lara Mali, it's Obaile Gushi, it's Wumi. You're going down for it because did it. Whatever you did to him at home, you just fought him anyway. On your way home, you fought him. The driver told you, Madam, calm down. Don't go fight your husband. You said that one. Not only cry, they cry, you cry. So you went back home, you fought him. Nobody saw Mohbad. You know what? You're aggressive. You're very, very aggressive. You needed anger management. You're always all about, there's nothing you can tell me. You're heartless. You're heartless. Nobody saw Mohbad on Monday. There is no way. All your interviews, you forget Monday. What happened? And on a Tuesday was supposed to be my son's birthday. Really? 5 months birthday? Since when? You're just trying to bring that up. Or you want to associate Mohbad's spy with the birthday of your son? That's a shame. That's a shame because you're lost. Your brain is totally twisted. Nobody wants that, but you don't have a way out, so you have to stick it to that. Before on Tuesday, he sold you out already because you're escaping Monday. Don't forget the friends of Mohbad already mentioned. I was supposed to see him, but he died on Monday. And I am still sticking. The doctor said he was brought in dead, but you keep telling the world he just died 20 minutes. What a lie. And shameful to those people supporting you and pushing you through. Wumi, you're going to jail, and there's nothing you can do about it. And justice we will get. We are not going to keep quiet, and nobody's going to shut us up. We will keep growing every day. We will keep talking louder and louder. You know why? We want justice and the truth. If you like, Malign Baba, say whatever you want to say. Look at all of you that have ever spoken ill of this man. You are becoming a shadow of yourself. All your secrets are coming out. You're such a cheap thing. I don't understand what you're trying to get at because you don't have a heart. There's no empathy. You're not thinking of your children's children. You're not thinking of the future of your family tomorrow. You're supporting these bias, these oppressors. You want to leave Nigeria like this? For how long? Sorry. It's not going to remain like that. It won't. And all of you, one way or the other, you're going to pay. You will pay dearly for the cry of Mohbad. Wumi, get ready. There will not be peace for you. Mohbad promised you that. And he didn't just say that. It fell on a fertile ground. And we are here to say justice must be served. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Everyone that's thankful. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thanks so much, General Mama Tipush. God bless you once again. God bless you all. Like the blood of Jesus, Generality is busy. Any passing submission? Somebody said General BJ is planning to come out. So any party submission from you? All right. So thank you very much, everybody. I just want to say we remain focused on defending Emperor Joseph Aloba and Sanshitu. We remain committed to the cause of justice. An insult to Emperor Joseph Aloba is an insult to us all. An insult to Sanshitu that is representing him in the court of law is also an insult to us all. So when you want to speak, speak with so much caution. Because when you fire a bullet, you will have RPG coming your way or a bomb. When you fire just a single bullet against Emperor Joseph Aloba, bomb or RPG will be coming your way. Be ready, because we are always ready. On this side, nobody can dismantle us. Nobody. We are standing tall. We are standing upright. We remain resolute. God bless you all. Okay, the FBJ is online. All right. God bless you all, the generals and the gladiators, both on the panelists and on the comment sections. God bless you all, the gifters. God bless you all, the likers. I really appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you. And God bless you. Bye. General BJ is out. General BJ is out. Thank you very much, all of you. God bless you. Bye.
Everybody, let's watch out. Can someone be someone's hero tonight? Can someone be someone's hero? You are 36 years old from the UK. Want to mingle. Ladies, she wants to mingle. He wants to mingle. Stay active, guys. Let's stay active. Make yourself visible in the house. And I love you. I can be a hero, baby. Hola. Remember you forever. Everybody, let's go, guys. Everybody tap on your screen, tap your age, your country flag. Make sure you interact with the people. Before you leave here, guys, make sure you find your partner. Make sure you look for your meeting before you leave here. Just be active.
Somebody, I was listening to Tatafu.
Oh, wow. When you feel. Yeah, I say no, it's a sugar.
You know, I don't have a studio. So I'm just trying to set up.
Yeah, sugar. It's a sugar. No.
Our son studio.
Oh.
Yeah. Good afternoon and welcome on board.
Wow.
Please, happy Sunday. I want to welcome everyone watching me this afternoon. Please, if you can share this video, I will really appreciate it. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to start and I'll go straight to the point because we have a lot to talk about this afternoon. don't want to stay till midnight here. Am I communicating? So please bear with me.
Now what for every
What I'm doing now.